In somewhat of a surprise release, Apple just dropped iOS 18.2 Beta 3, and it is actually Veterans Day. It's a holiday here in the US, so traditionally Apple does not make releases on these days, but here we are, and they not only dropped iOS 18.2 Beta 3, but watchOS 11.2 Beta 2. We're going to do our traditional deep dives into both of these updates. For this video, we're going to touch on 18.2 Beta 3. And if you guys follow the channel, we did have a little bit of issues with 18.2 Beta 2. It was still getting very hot. There was just notifications weren't coming through with vibrations, even if that was enabled. Haptics were just kind of really out of whack, and a ton of other items in addition to battery drain. So definitely glad to see Beta 3 here. We're not expecting too much new here, more UI tweaks and all of that, but Apple could surprise us. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. All right, so as you can see here, iOS 18.2 Beta 3 just finished installing. Let's go ahead and do our quick temperature check. We've kind of left this out the last couple of updates because it didn't feel too terrible. Today it was actually starting to feel a little warmer, and as you can see here, we are definitely starting to get those higher temperatures that unfortunately we have seen in the past, even with our iPhone 15 series. So it is still definitely getting substantially warm while the phone updates. That has not improved yet too much. But beyond that, jumping right into the beta, if it wants to unlock, we are going to check out what this update size came in at. And I believe it was just over a gig, and it was at 1.04 gigabytes for beta 3. One of the other changes does come in the Photos app that I do want to show you, and it's simply as far as how the video player behaves. And you can see here, it is very comparable to what it's looked like in the past, just a couple of little UI tweaks as you can see down below, but nothing substantial. Just wanted to call that one out really quick while we were in the Photos app, so you're aware. Beyond that, jumping back into settings though, going to general, and about, let's see what this build number carries. Okay, so Beta 3 carries a full build number of 22C5131E. And again, if you're new to Apple betas or how it works, the letter at the end of the build number signifies how close it is to release. Apple has a system in place that the closer you get to the beginning of the alphabet, an A or a B build indicates a release is imminent. So this being an E build tells us we are still quite a few betas away, and being that it is not even the middle of November, this is not too much of a surprise. And jumping into our calendar, having said that, like I said, it was Veterans Day on the 11th. We are expecting this release about 3 weeks from today, so I would assume another beta or two on the 18th and 25th, and then the full release on the 2nd. Seems like a very tight time frame, to be honest with you, simply for the fact of an RC still being needed or a release candidate build, and I'm not sure where that timing is going to come from currently with Apple's time frame for release, but just wanted to let you know that's kind of what we're looking at. Realistically, I personally think it might get backed up until the 9th, but this is just me speculating. There is nothing to back my knowledge up there. It's just what logically would make sense. Aside from this also, jumping into settings still and battery percent is still our only option here. I have not seen a new setting yet where the rumored amount of time left till full charges when you plug in. Unfortunately, that's still not here. Even under charging, we still have our charging limit, clean energy, and optimized battery charging options. Nothing else signifying that new charge time frame on this beta. It might not even come in 18.2. There's just been some code that people were discussing, and we were hoping that would be the case, but not yet. Also, now that we have been on a couple betas here, I do want to show you our cycle count and our battery health like we did in our prior videos. We are still at 100% battery health with 56 cycle counts. So that is one of the changes there to keep in mind. Next up, in writing tools, we're just going to jump into notes and kind of start typing anything. Let's say, hey, how's it going? What are your plans for the day? So now if you jump into writing tools, they are front and present on the first scrollable screen, which is exactly what Apple should have done. And now it is consistently right in front of you if you're looking to use them. Much easier than having to scroll a page over. With this beta 2, hopefully we will see improvements to battery life and just stability in general. It was pretty glitchy prior, so I'm hoping this will be much better. Beta 3 historically have been very hit and miss. There's not been too much to it as far as stability goes and battery health, unfortunately. Hopefully this will be the exception to that rule. And obviously with iOS 18.2, it came with a lot of new Apple Intelligence features, Genmoji, ChatGPT, Image Playground, all of those things. One of the pieces here was ChatGPT that had changes last time with the upgrade to ChatGPT Plus and letting you know if you're at or over your daily limit, and the ability to obviously upgrade right here. Looks like nothing new is here in this build. So, having said all that, I know it's a lot of information quickly that we just went over. Nothing too much as expected elsewhere in this build. We'll keep digging, see if we find anything. But for now, if you are a registered developer, feel free to go pick up Beta 3 and let us know your thoughts. Also in the comments down below, let us know if you're running it or the prior betas, how has it been for you? Have you had any battery issues, overheating issues, issues with the haptics like we were discussing earlier? Let us know. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.